Ladies, gentlemen, esteemed non-binaries, or thimpers if you prefer, and of course furs, Trashkin all, good evening and welcome to Trash Tier Gaming. Gather around the trash fire, we're going to see what the new DLC has to show us. I might have re-rolled the campaign for year hunting reasons. Don't worry about it. We'll get there when we get there. Forgotten Kingdom one-shot, baby. Mid the ruins of a lost pan civilization, ferocious creatures made of stone prowl the merciless jungles. An ancient grudge surfaces from the kingdom's forgotten history. Unique combat, specific adventure, each one shot can be created only once. Fine with that. Standard, please. Thank you. Alright. And in we go. Glittering Grotto. Pretty. Oh, this is gonna be good. Maybe a little salty. I'm just saying, I think I'm gonna get bonked hard. But well, hey, that's life in Souls-likes. Oh, which reminds me, we're running Engineer since we leveled out World Walker there. Here comes this nifty thing. Good. Ah. No shoot. Got it. But yeah, heavy. I remember these. First order of business. Popo? You are a good boy. We must maintain what luck we can. After all, last time I came up, not exactly aces.
Here they come.
Well, not much living stone so far, just very amethyst shaded, Hello. Uh-oh. What the? I don't know what it is, but I don't like the look of it. Motor urn? Spread Soch special? Heckin' explosivo? Warning, flashing lights. That worked out. Our first chest of mini head out. How am I doing? Oh, right, I blew all this trap again. I keep doing that. I should probably stop. I don't have to level up anything. But I can, so I will. light crystal. And a cave in. Oh, they're back. That slams down. Isn't that great? This looks like they went from quadruped to winged. Anyone else? Oh, hello there. Are you perchance friendly?
Finally bears fruit.
You don't say.
A
Hello.
dorsal tech. Fascinating.
I like your mask. I like the exclamation point.
Is it trying to talk to me?
Yes.
Another fever dream, perhaps.
If so, we both have
Or
it.
is it? For simplicity's sake, I will choose to believe that.
Okay.
If it will excuse me, I have important work to do. Yes, thanks, and goodbye.
Oh, yeah. You'd imagine stone would be resistant to bullets, but no, kinetic impact is a problem. Like, stone's strong, but it can also be brittle, is one of those pains. Like, what are those weird things? There's this stuff called expanding mortar. You use it to break it, and it's literally by expanding to fill a gap in the stone a couple of inches at a time. Ridiculously strong stuff. Like, it doesn't move much, but it's more than enough. Sorry, Oh, I left chat prompt off again. Uno momento. There we go. Oh, why are you not doing top? Ah. There we go. Now it wants to work. My sincerest apologies. I had chat on and got distracted again. I'm like, okay, chat on, we go. Nope, didn't confirm the thing, do the thing. That seems like death. Those seem like death. Maybe... Yeah! Right. Progreso. Well, yes, hose it with all the lead. Possibly the techno lead. Maybe even some of those fancy cubes if you're feeling spicy. I don't know why I find the cube gun so amusing, I just do. Because it keeps flinging cubes at something, and the cubes just reload themselves. I have learned to be leery of ledges in this game. Not because you get ambushed, but they like to hide goodies on hidden ledges. They really outdid themselves for level design, though. I mean, just look at this place. It's gorgeous. It is nice to see some healthy-looking vines. Of course, anything's nice. That, yeah, yes, simplicity does run you into problems real fast. Giant crushing cubes are efficient as hell. Inelegant, perhaps, but efficient. Kinda seems like a worm gear, huh? Like, maybe we go up. Wait, it's offset. It's off. Oh no, it's gonna be a turning tower. Turning tower. Oh no. If there's one thing I love, it's turrets. I still haven't quite worked out the controls. There we go. Like, I read them. Both kill. Both kill. They do, in fact. Like, it's a frustrating boss fight because you have to learn the dance or you get crushed. And then you learn part of the dance. You're like, oh, I know what do now. Followed by, I don't know what do. How did that get away from me? Something. It's not the crystal, is it? Something sounds funky here. Oh! There's a door above us. Okay, that's what we're hearing. An ironically hardest boss in hardcore. I see how that could be because, you know, it's not the DPS checks fights that are hard per se. It's the movement bosses. That's been true since I was in Warcraft, and like, that's still true. Granted, I'm probably not doing hardcore. I'm probably running to the end of this, and then I'm giving Remnant 2 a break because I've been running it for damn. I think we're on like 44 weekly episodes next week, which is what I'm rendering this down into. And I still haven't hit everything. You gotta leave some room for mystery, you know? Locked. Alright. No means forward there. They're gonna be doing this to me all DLC, aren't they? Some statues come alive, some... Color gradient difference. I remember these guys being a lot squishier. Maybe they weren't made of stone back then. Oh, brother. Hose him. Oh, I hit the wall on Annihilation for a while, so I over-prepped. And, yeah, melted them second attempt. On the retry. The fails are melded into the stream because I do warts and all. I don't edit to make myself look good on YouTube. Wait. Oh! I believe you are dubbed backwards. I find you strange too. Watch, I'm gonna pull the audio when I edit this and kick myself. Generally, they don't have people speak in ciphers. It's usually like reverse dub and slowed. Or occasionally they'll do a really weird pitch shift. Whoa! That tree alive. It ain't me. And I thought the jellies were just gonna be pretty. Fortunately, I'm a one-man weapons platform. And I burned a Dragonheart on accident. Always a good time to pet the good boy. It kind of became a thing where, like, every session I pet the doggo, or bad things happen to me. Not you. There's definitely a fight down here. I can feel it. Well, I feel better, but that didn't really... Oh, already? We're going hard today. You know, it's a better idea. Oh, but you have to keep trying getting me. Oh, come on. There we go. You don't like acid, do you? Fair point. Was weird that the Rin just aren't in Remnant 2. Geisha until yeah, it is a little weird that our little dudes weren't there. Like, I guess something strange happened between now and then. Like, I remember in the original they did make it clear that time doesn't move the same between realms. Like, it was in the notes, so it was easy to miss. Okay, well... Oh, that's the snazzy chest, okay. It was a new snazzy chest. I was confused for a moment. Well, let's see. Did I at least pull a mutator? Ah, rotted arrow. Wait. That I pulled last week. Well, there's bound to be something. Wow, those things are really robust. Growing on the sides and such. Let's see. I had no dice there, so the last path available... Oh, shortcut. But yeah. Wait. When did I... Whoops. Gotta put my claws back on. No, there was so much egg on my face finding the claws. Because I did so many runs of Naruto. I just completely missed the hole in the ground every time. This feels like an ambush point. Well, more precisely, the treehouse feels like an ambush point. Blame the root, it's probably a safe bet. Yeah, it could be. Or, I mean, the Rin might have just stopped having a symbiotic relationship after the Destroyer. I mean, it might be that we bumped off everybody that knew about the care and rearing of the Rin. I mean, Scorch and Scald, we're a dynamic duel. Oh man, we got it coming and going now. Like, one of those things I often wonder is why the Rin declined. The answer might be us in the last game as the Destroyer. We did take out a lot. Or they might have just become very rare comparatively now. Them earned some beefy boys. The Destroyer was Chronos. There seems to be a mixture of... Like, I just assumed the Destroyer that they refer to in this game was us from the last game, because we've wrecked house. Like, we strolled in, we knocked over their guardian, or their current guardian equivalency. We just smacked around the totem father and what's his face, and just strolled up to their prison and sprang forward and then walked back out. Like, we messed it all up. Not the flautist, but everybody else. We didn't kill many for the run. True. It was possible to face off with Ravager, but we didn't exactly kill, but the Ravager went real cuckoo between games. I'm definitely not the strongest on lore. Like, I know at some point someone will demand I play Kronos. And I do have a copy prepared for just such an eventuality. But I gotta level with you. I didn't have a fun time fiddling with Kronos. Like, I got the Sparks notes and I skidded out. Like, I liked Remnant 1 enough to play it 3 times. Oh, here we go. Hey! Well, that one's good. Woo! Nothing like a good dodge. Totem Daddy is now non-canon. I suppose it's implied not to be canon. What with the Ravager going over to the dark side. But I mean, it might be one of those both and neither happen. Like, I suppose one of my problems with Remnant 1 was how often to get a good item you had to be a bastard to NPCs. But like, when I saw Dwell hanging on a cap, my heart also dropped because of what we did to the Swamp Elf. But by the rules of this game, we didn't have to, but they didn't give us the option, so that choice will haunt me for the rest of my life. Canonically, I just leave the swamp elf alone, but that's my headcanon. Art games can do what they like. Cowardly? Yes. Effective? Maybe. Nope. Oh. Is that a pickaxe? Don't mind me just setting up a defensive position. Cessna was hard as hell, submission was pressable. Could very well be. Oh, we're not doing great on hearts. Oh, I take it back, we're doing just fine on hearts. Yeah, let's save some hearts. Cessna's not springing to mind immediately. Although, I am sad to think that perhaps our rebellion friends didn't make it. Oh, right, Siesta. I just kept referring to them as Ishkal Queen. Like, if I've said it once, I said it 100 times. Whoever animated that fight, Art, give them a raise. Again. It was fluid, it was fast, it was varied. I spent like 2 hours solid on retries there. Oh, thank God, it's just rude. Ah. Well, I'm glad I didn't have to hop a shelf for scrap. Ooh, what we got? What we got? What we got? That's free. House had nothing in the Ishkel Queen. Yeah. Yeah. The Ishkel Queen was a grim nightmare. When I close my eyes, I can still see the arc of the swing. Matriarch's Ring. It continues the time-honored tradition of little woman kicking your ass. Yep! Yep, they do like the power level look mismatch, don't they? Ooh, that's some fine casting work. Little grubby, but nothing that a toothbrush couldn't fix. Ring worn by red widows, cast in brilliant, unblemished gold. Game, you and I have slightly different definitions of unblemished gold, but yeah, pure gold won't tarnish. It can't. Like, debris will accumulate on it, but that might be debris, but it seems slightly dinged up, but okay. That alludes to their near royal status in Pan society. I know the Red Widows, as cruel as tyrants, harsh enforcer of Jinai's will. But perhaps there are Red Widows somewhere who yet remember their noble and sacred duties, and practice medicine for the prosperity of all. Perfect charge reduces charge melee stamina cost by 100. Oof. If you're a punching type, that's for you. Me, I just like to clip things now and again. I like to play at pugilism. I don't like to use it as a full strategy. I never got the Ring of the Unclean because of that. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, I did everything but Apocalypse. And I was like, you know what? I'm good. I don't need the ring of the cord anyway. Oh my god, have I left that up this entire time? How embarrassing. Not good at managing automated weapons. It's usually not true. I'm usually excellent at that. Good at dealing with keeping stationary weapons up and firing, but not here apparently. Wait, did I just... Ah, okay, I see what you want from me now, game. Sometimes you get to circle the map and feel a little unobservant. It happens. It's going to happen. It has happened. In fact, it's happening right now. I did a pocket hardcore for this one. Felt reasonable enough. Fair. Like my other side to do, my terrible choice as a YouTuber and a Z grade her streamer was right about the time I started, after I finished up Cry of Fear or a little bit into it, they announced Arm Fantasia and Penny Blood, spiritual successors, kickstarted for Wild Arms and Shadow Hearts. So I went, why not play through both game series? 4 games later, here I am. I might be a little too ambitious. I worry I am both making games too long and too short for bits. I think my... Oh, to put it anyway, I did everything else. It was a matter of completionism to suffer through Apocalypse. I have also heard the siren call of 100% once or twice and gone there. It'll sneak up on you sometimes. Okay. My problem is I'm not paying attention to the height level on the map. Because I'm a dip. Because I managed without setting one single foot on that bridge to gray it out. Well, like, Apocalypse will put some gray hairs on you. I mostly play through in survival because, like, I love picking through lore. And I like to leave just a little mystery for folks to discover. I did in the last game and I felt kind of bad about it. There's enough guide videos. I don't think anybody needs an additional guide. I'll happily read people the lore though. Or if it's tricky and happens to be there, yeah, I'll explain it. And then all they added had all this new stuff. I don't want to get the Crowd of the Red Prince again. Oh, I haven't gotten the first. You see this boy right here? You see him? He's a very good boy. He's also a kill stealer. I couldn't be prouder, but at the same time, I'm embarrassed. My dog puts out better FPS than I do. In fact, I kind of looked at the stream and went, I don't want to edit this down. Okay, I'm going to do this one time where I don't edit it down. Here's why I don't edit it down. Enjoy! Whoa! Wait. Am I being assailed by workmen? Was this a workforce? I mean,
I've never seen anything like this before.
Let's see. I think for alt kills in base, the Red Prince I still have to get Anguish at some point. I'd like to do that just for my own peace of mind. I still need the alt kill on the one true king, because again, somebody did not respond snappy to issue the command that was me. I should have ordered him to stick, but no, I am not good at managing my own mobs. Finally added the combined version of the mask and crown. Oh. Oh yeah. But you know, like sometimes if you have friends and you're being a reasonable human and not forsaking society or socialization, as I sometimes do, it helps to grab a friend and help them out and get into weird with them.
Here we go.
You know, just ride along for the game. Not be in charge for a while. Just be a team player. Oh god. Alright, kill it. Kill those missiles. Now seems like an opportune moment. Preferably before the meteor shower of doom. That'll do. I gotta tell you, I can really get used to this engineering thing. Boy, Illuminati will probably sell off to upgrade things. Residents right before they made it non-existent? So I guess I'm getting nuked in Nehruit again. Thanks, Gunfire. Well, if I remember right, they went Arc Games, but yeah, like... I didn't know they cycled that out. I haven't been reading the patch notes. I've just... Well, I suppose I spent the last week trying to rush the alt kills for giggles. And I derped up kinda hard. I'm mostly... Like, I cycled to the next thing for my YouTube, which was... Oh, the 100 subscriber celebration playthrough. Pacific Drive, as voted on in mystery format as Road Trip with Weird. So my brain was going in several directions at once. So if it didn't need to happen for a while, it just didn't, and patch notes got thrown under that bus. Up. Can't get a feel for the weak points. Or maybe that's the gimmick. No weak points. Oh. You've got weak points. Oh, it's the eyes. Oh, hey, you're back. How you been doing? Long time no see. Yeah. Added another co-op ring, so I guess I have to beg for Remnant to spot me a partner again. Well, you know, I do keep a busy schedule tending the trash heap, but it's basically the same name on Steam, so I'm not hard to find. I'm sure having the same name on Steam will come back to bite me someday, but...
Here they come.
I meant to use the big honking gun this time, but, planting it. I don't currently have either of the events to get things. Ah, yeah, hunting the RNG is butt. Like, I had to relaunch, campaign, and I've got to run back through that before I can go for Anguish. And, the motivation bar is just kind of empty at this point. Like, I want it. I want to read that lore for myself, but... But if you find yourself with a need for a co-op, do feel free to drop me a line. Anguish is a joke at our expense. Yep. Yes, it is. Because there is an inherent challenge run implied here. And you know somebody's gonna start turning that into a speedrun category at some point. From 0 to Anguish. I mean, they know I'll do a lot for more lore. Or just weird. Like, I haven't gotten around to pulling Archon. Like, I have all the stuff, but I was saving it for this week, actually, or an after-stream thing. You know, just in case I hit a wall. But then I started the campaign over, and I've got to finish the one true king again. You know, weirdly enough, I'm not as salty. Oh, Polygon is also esoteric as hell, but at least you theoretically have infinite tries at that. Yes, you do. Like, Anguish isn't horrible for PC side, because I swear, I pull the manner like every other roll of the One True King. I think I've had it, like, 3 times in a row, and, like, 3 times on just lonesome runs. Which, oh, that's what I get for enjoying chat. I have forsaken the way of the game. It's fine, I forsake the way of the game at least twice a week. Like, weirdly, the lore's the fun part for me. I don't care about what it'll do for me 9 times out of 10. I don't care about system mastery or weird builds. I care about the weird hunk of lore you hid from me in an item text description. Oh boy. Oh, the top. Oh god. Hexers. Oh, my old enemy. Oh god. He's got arms. It's one of those vampires. Yeah, they have teleport. Oh, okay, they have burrow. Oh. Well, fortunately, I have good void to pull me out. Oh, I wouldn't be doing any of my adding if the lore wasn't fun to have. But I didn't care for the web items. Fair. Like, it's a puzzle on top of the puzzle. Uh-oh. Fans that are multilingual start talking to one another about the translation changes. That... Oh. My brain just doesn't like to accept there's a gap there. I have accepted that about myself. It is clearly a gap where the TARDIS once stood, and so the chameleon circuit keeps telling my brain there isn't a gap there.
This is it.
Gotta trust others to do the job eventually. Well, yeah, like there's only so much recording you can do, and like you're allowed to just enjoy the game and be a goon. That's normal. That's fine. It happens. Like, if it's event Reddit, okay, fair enough. Like, that's what that's for. But, like, every now and again, somebody runs up on a forum or somebody's blue sky just like, actually... And we don't want to be that guy. Or gal. Or NB. Those ones aren't fun. You know, I thought I was gonna get the drop on him that time. Disappointed in myself. Okay, that's where we got ambushed. That's the gap that keeps claiming my soul. But yeah, like when there's nobody else with a common context, like your brain will file it and just roll it back into the processing pile, and it'll pop back up from time to time. Like, that was how often I would occasionally find myself getting speed banged in certain scenarios. Trying to buy myself as much breathing space as possible. Fewer mobs makes life simple. I rage posted about Naruto's overworld being a pain to find rings in one time. And I don't think Remnant has let me drop it since. Yeah, like, honestly, of all the stages, of all the worlds built, I like Naruto's dungeons, and I like its lore. I don't like its overworld. I don't like the edges. Like, I've had a couple of times where, like, the death fog would bend in such a way as to make it seem like it's a dead end, but actually there's a very narrow strip of clear, and, like, they just, the death mist, I don't feel that was handled as well as it could have been. Like, there isn't a clear you're being poisoned. Like, throw up a sign or like a laser fence or like something severely corroded by it. Anything to let me know that edge is there, please. Like, once you bump into it, you get it kind of, sort of, but then you get real leery after your first accidental vomit death. Oh, that's new. Oh god, it has AoE? Okay, let's get that down right away. Oh, it's weak point stress. If I saw that right. So when it charges. Okay. I am so used to red being bad for me. It looks like the angle of the call there. And engineers in the death fog, obviously, because, yeah. Like, I was amazed that that the community came together and figured out the rock formation for the entry for the stuff, because I thought I was just gonna have to level up Treasure Hunter and get lucky. Shocker. You know, the other thing that weirds me out is, like, was the only mutator with lore. That, Sprang. Wasn't Bandit. Momentum. Harmonite. Ghost Shell was the only mutator with lore. Which made me go, what, was that the only one that got written? I mean, I'm fine with them being a little extra cheesy. I knew what I was signing up when they made a sequel. Or what I was signing up for when they made a sequel. I had no illusions that they would probably get spicier with the hidden stuff. But at the same time, it's me going, okay, guys, next game, I'm not saying no weird hidden stuff in the DLCs, but please, reel it in just a little. You're going a little hard. Just like two times back on the reel. Opinion about having to do some bosses 4 times for alt kills and event outcomes. Honestly, I like that they got real wacky with Yeisha. I do like that. It feels a little much, and I'm kind of worried that maybe it cost enough development time that they had to condense other builds maybe a little with how wacky they got with the Ravager. Like the one I'm a little salty with is actually the one true king, and having to make another offering of red coins if you didn't know about it, because you know you have the RNG for the Crimson Prince and then the founding of the new dynasty. That one felt a little mean, just a little. I'm a little salty about that one. Like, I'm all for having more secrets, but at the same time, there's only so many hours in a day. Like, I sincerely hope Arc Games continues with the quality of building care they show. But at a certain point, you need to put the game down. You gotta leave a little blank canvas. Ravager, Corruptor, One True King, Fairy, Fallen. Oh, there's another set for Fairy and Fallen? I thought it was 2 and you were good. Oh god, that is a little much. Yeah, that is a little extra. Okay, so off the top of my head, there's base kill, there's alt kill for OTK. Then there's the burden. There's with the crown. I did enjoy ticking the hell off of him by wearing the burden of divinity and strolling up with the assassin's dagger. That I did have fun with. But yeah, that does feel a little extra if you don't let players layer at least like one. on top of some of the secret. That's getting a little spicy. Like, I'm good with free. 4's pushing it. If they go to 5 next game, I might just call mercy. Imposter King is getting both the rings, turning it into the sigil, then getting both the rings. Oh, okay. So I just called getting both again extra credit. Okay. So like, you know, the funny part is it's technically a 4th condition. They don't make us, but we go get them anyway. Because the library must be complete and perfect. It must be a shining example of lore. I wish to read this lore whenever I care to, game. Alright, let's see what the return situation is here. Reserved Etilia? Atelier. Atelier? You know... Oh. One true king sigil boost their rings. It's implied you should. Oh! Right. I'm sorry. I read the lore and then it goes right back out because I don't have to think about it anymore. I like reading it. I like thinking about it in the moment and then I let it go. Oh, hello. That's a no return. This could go badly. That is gorgeous! Feels inappropriate, too. Hey, Will. You don't think... No, I have it. Just in case. Hey! Boy, am I glad I took the time to get that. Alright, enough building anticipation.
Yeah, I could use that.
Yes, we can. Servine keepsake. Ooh, it comes with like a lei. If they depicted that in game, I'd wear it all the time. A token of favor. Well, first on, let's put back on the loyal Kiri charm. I have become cripplingly dependent on my loadout. I know there's stronger metas. There's also another secret here. Some things are best left unsaid. Bear. Every now and again, it's just like, we should leave a little room for exploration. We shouldn't take everything. But, you know, I had the red dough. I'm like, red dough? Yes! I must say, it is nice to have a new temple set piece. I do like the little untouched corners that are just, you know, world building. Ah, there's our exit. Okay, I've murdered for less, but I'm gonna let that go. Gonna let it go. Gonna be the bigger mammal. So, what you up to, Will? How's your night going? Two-kill method does live on. Nightly result is fine. Yeah, it was challenging enough to be frustrating, but not so much as to be infuriating. Like, I did struggle bus a little with it, I think, but I pulled it together. That wasn't terrible. That instilled no additional salt in me. I am definitely coming back to fiddle with that temple later, but yeah, we should leave some blank space in the puzzle campus. Encourage folks to explore a little by their onesies. Yeah. I see no movement and I don't trust it. Then again, I have been fighting statues this entire time. Why would I see movement before I'm there? Honestly, deciding whether I can be bothered to go on ring hunting again. Yeah. Yeah, like, they did go whole hog with rings this time. Just whole cow. Forget whole hog. Just whole heckin' heifer. Like, I think at the base count it was something like 255? Well, that's embarrassing. Well, there goes the last of my dignity. It's not that as bad a section. I'm just not having a great focus tonight, I guess. It was just Yeisha. Oh, if it was just Yeisha, it would be yes, but Losum and Nerud are commitments. Yes, they are. They are complex. They play a lot with. I think Yeisha was a nice break because they weren't as heavy on verticality, and they give you very clear sight lines here. Well, what isn't covered in, you know,
Okay, this is it.
vegetation. Like, you know where to move and how to move to see what you need to see. Oh, another? Oh, Glob. What have I done to anger the game gods this time? I'm not really an aberration puncher. Guess I am tonight. Shake it off. I said shake it off. Come on, bud. You can do this. Relax. Keep your distance. There we go. But yes, my current project is trying to spawn a Forgotten Kingdom dungeon again, because you gotta do that 4 times. Yay. The edgelord. The dumbest stuff will make your playthrough. I do have to say, I do appreciate the repeat aberration business over here. I think that might get patched, though. Though, like, as expensive as it is, I'm glad they went big. But at the same time, I'm like, you guys do realize I'm probably not doing all of this, right? Okay? We cool? Okay. Hello. What are you doing here? I thought I left you at the mainland. Okay, screw it. Okay, I thought I had a missile to dump. I was wrong. Plan B. Going hard on timed weak spots this go round. It's a nice change. Well, it's nice to have any change concerning weak spots, I suppose, because of The what I like to refer to as the face, jaw, mouth, eye, head bias. I gave up trying to 100% R1. Hardcore in hardcore scared me too much, and swamps, of course, this is just too much RNG. But I'm too deep into this hole now. It's my hole. It was made for me. Well, I mean, yeah, like sometimes you put the time in and you're like, it's okay to take breaks though. You can come back later when you don't grit your teeth at the thought of another session. Like I had that happen to me too, just doing the survivor 100% corner of the game. Where I was frustrated, I was tired, I was sore, I just didn't want to some weeks. And I really shouldn't have pushed myself. I should have just announced, look, guys, I'm a little burnt out. I'm going to take a week and come back strong next week. And, you know, like, I could have done myself some actual harm that way. Nah. Couldn't be. And then again, does cost me a whole 30 seconds effort. Okay, good. I established that's not a thing. Which reminds me, I should read that. Pretty. Kinda looks like bone. Stone. Ceramic, maybe? FG left in offering to the great doe. It was carved with patience and skill. Ah! By a hand that belonged to a Pan who worshipped the creature with godlike reverence. The red doe is not the only doe of Pan legend. Countless tales and songs have been sung of the wise and graceful creatures. Admittedly, I have wondered if it was the same enigmatic doe appearing in different forms, but that is only a theory. As I say, I can probably force the Geisha content dry. Forgotten Kingdom has a really short campaign to run, though, for ring spawns. But yeah, it's really lonesome in Naruto. Like, the thing is, like, as exhausting as the verticality as lonesome is, because it's a love letter to Bloodborne, like, I can run it all day long. I adore it. Geisha, I'm neutral on. Naruto does burn a bit for me. Mostly just the big open. Like, it feels like they spent the least time polishing the Naruto overworld of the free to me. That's not to say it's terrible, but it could have used a little more attention, I think. It's a big lump of brass or copper, and I still zip by it every time. Oh, it's a big lump of rough steel. But yeah, like, just something about Naruto, my brain doesn't like the overworlds. Like, they did a good job of creating an alien landscape, and I like the techno-organic stuff, but, like, the overworld just doesn't feel good to me. Like, I don't know what bothers me so much about it. If it's the unclear edges. You know what? This time you can come to me. Nope, acid. All the acid. All the heckin' acid. Bonus acid. I like Losum aesthetically. It's just a lot of ground to cover for one purple line. Yeah, it's big. Like I'm usually just blissed out, going, sitting there, humming.
Here they come.
To myself, contentedly, running up to every sewer grate to see if I get jumped again. Oh, okay. I am not meant to do that. I have gained additional information about the gap that has claimed my soul. Oh, I completely missed that. Alright, here we go. The goal is, don't goof up this time! For a minute I thought that was a body slumped. Okay, I stand corrected. I think the weak spots center chest and wrist when glowed. They're kind of near the same level, so they kind of provide a wider than normal weak spot shot. Change the normal desert to a purple desert. You know, it might be something about how they extracted things or an effect of the Dyson Spear that Narud is. It still breaks my brain they built a city ship around a Dyson Spear. Like, it's one of those things that the scale of hurts my brain. Alright, not that way. Not that way. We have made that mistake a half dozen times. Not this time. Doing better. Okay. Success. At long, long last. And perhaps 3 more attempts than was entirely necessary. My brain finally kicked over. Ooh. Ooh! Boss time! Oh, Narud as a thing in all aspects other than gameplay is the best lore. Yeah, like, they went big. They went interstellar. No complaint on the ambition. And the execution in lore. Just... like... like, design-wise, the interiors, no notes! The exterior is so many notes. Though part of me has had the itch since bumping into the train to go reread the Drawing of Free and reread the Blaine the Train, Blaine the Mono. Shahal is really good. Can kinda take or leave Tel Ralpha. Tel Ralpha! The design is good, the fight has an okay gimmick, like, it's solid mid, just, it doesn't shine as much as Shah. Like, Shah is slightly stronger in the design. The darkness adds a certain something. The narrow arena adds a certain something. Like, I just say it feels better. Like, there's a certain intangible something there that my brain likes a little more than Tull. I think it's also that Tull just wants to eat me that I kind of hold a personal grudge with. Alright. Loaded. Pet the pop for luck. You're a good boy. Don't kill anybody that says otherwise. Okay, I don't know which way this is gonna go. Oh, boy. I hate it. Crystal. Got it. fun. Ah. Roll. Wrong roll. Cinder-clad monolith. Oh, brother. Papa, little help? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
And tentacles. They really saw Bob's hair and said, we can make that more hectic. Yeah, they sort of did, didn't they? Yeah. Got real spicy. Drop immediately. Oh god. Not good, not good, not good. Bad, bad. Oh, that's new. Okay. I hate it. There we go. And hose it. Almost. Hey. Surplus.
That was rough.
Yes. Yes, that was.
Oh, you ain't so tough.
Forged
Yeah,
Ember.
you ain't so
Or, excuse
bad,
me.
baby.
Forge Ember. Well, before I forget to read the thing I will inevitably turn into something after approaching McCabe at a very respectful distance while explaining, McCabe, I have materials, I'm getting in hammer rage, please no hit. An unusual vessel of stone that houses some kind of molten substance. You would call that a crucible, buddy. It seems to continuously burn, no matter the conditions or how much time has passed. It's exceedingly hot, and you have no doubt it would cause a nasty burn if you tried to hold it with your bare hands. Way to understand thermodynamics, buddy. The flames of the stone goddess's fury are such that cannot ever be quelled. She is a nasty, vengeful creature. It is not possible to reason with beings who are drunken with power. Trust me on this. All one can do is conspire in secret and await the perfect timing, and then go to great lengths to avoid being consumed by the conflagration. Yeah, that was a spicy tap dance, all right. They really did up the quality of the mini bosses, aren't you? Yeah, like there is no filler bosses here. No, look, we needed to put something at the end of this dungeon, okay? Bosses. Perhaps that's what, or sure, it says what? Like, I get what they were working off, for one. Like, they did versions of, like, all the elites. I think, except the Banshees. Like, it sort of made sense. I kinda miss Earth, weirdly enough. Of all the settings where I spent way too much time in one, of all the things, it's Earth. Earth's what I miss. Like, I missed scavenging in the streets and trying to work out what the heck even. But I suppose... Ooh. Ooh. Okay, Gunfire, Art Games, whoever you have on sound side, raise. Keep them. That's some good news. Oh, hey, it's Friend.
I am so close to the truth. So close. Life is just full of discovery these days. Another cave mural and a mysterious Paxul tank.
That's
After
me.
years of nothing, it is refreshing.
Yeah,
Yes,
nice to talk to you
hello.
too.
I am Rothinder Rachenwort. Ah, yes. Of course. I can tell by the bemused look on its face that it struggles with the pen language. Call me Walt if that better pleases the Puxeltex tongue. Now, it must excuse me. I have just made an exhilarating discovery. The implications, the possibilities, it is overwhelming in the best of ways. Excuse me, I have a tendency to get carried away. Does my Paxotech friend need something?
Oh yeah,
The
to see what
support
you have on
means
you.
a lot, my friend.
Let's see. We do believe we have Sacred Lake water. Oh my god! That's a lot of scrap, man. Oh, please don't tell me Walt ends up dead. I just started to like this one. I just flashed back to the stuck merchant. Ravager's bargain.
So soon? Well, if it must go, it must go.
Just let me get a better camera angle.
Hello,
Okay.
my friend.
Well, I mean, if I have to lean towards one or the other for int or singe, I'd lean singe. I mean, like, because one, I like the singe fight better, even if it kicked my teeth in a couple of times. I
I
have
would be more
questions.
surprised to hear otherwise. Walt is right here.
Ah.
Together we will unravel the mysteries of the lost tribe. Do not doubt it for a moment. Listen well. Thalos survived the plague that had long haunted the band.
Huh.
After falling ill, he began hearing an unusual sound that seemed to
Okay.
come from the ground itself. Music. Strange music. With no instruments almost to carry it.
Okay.
He ventured out to find the source. What he found was her. Lydusa, a goddess of stone. In exchange for a year of companionship away from his people, she promised to cure him and give him the means to cure the others. He agreed.
So we have no definitive. So until otherwise, they are both. Okay. What happened
In
to
his
his tribe?
time away, the plague had ravaged his tribe. But he was able to save those who remained and start over anew. The goddess had granted him an unusually long life, and he ruled over the Pan for several prosperous centuries.
Sounds familiar.
The Pan worshipped their new goddess, building a temple and singing her praises. Here is the exciting part. It is said that she grew fond of the Pan and actually taught them how to use her power over the living stones.
Magic rocks that silly seems a little rude. I mean, it's an honest answer, but that means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Being on the spectrum, I know when
See,
somebody's talking about their special
I've been chasing
interests.
this dream since I was a child. I was a commoner, born for nothing but bloodshed and servitude.
Oh!
But I did not want that for myself. I wanted to believe the lost tribe was real, that they were out there somewhere. So I studied, became as clever and useful as I could, and at a young age, I was chosen to serve Jinas herself.
Huh.
And after many years of loyalty, I was assigned to a mission to explore the uncharted jungle. It was the chance I had been waiting for. So, here I am, chasing my dreams across cave and jungle. And finally, I am nearing the answers I have long sought. I am on the trail, my friend. They could still be out there. Or if not, perhaps this could change my life. Change our whole society. Oh, but one step at a time. I must not get ahead of myself. There is still much to unravel. I can hardly stand the excitement.
Okay, I'll do the rude version. Oh, see, the thing I do appreciate about the DLCs so far is that they build on concepts already introduced. The Awakened King is obvious, but the Nature Spirits and the Lost Tribe were referenced in the main game. Ah! Yeah, like, it's nice to see them go broad and full with the lore. And I have to say, also, no complaints on the voice actors. Like, terrific job. You're selling it as hard as you can.
Watch that fleshy mouth, Paxoltek. Huh. I'm sorry.
Fair.
Carried away.
I'd react that way if somebody
Carried
called my
away.
life's work silly.
The living stones are real. The result of the same precious life song I have searched for all my days. I knew I was meant to find both the song and the tribe. Now I understand why. Walt is a servant of fate. Does its furless skin have chills yet?
Sure,
The power
go
I
on.
speak of is great. Ledusa selfishly kept much of it to herself, but she at least taught the lost tribe to hear the music of the stones and control them in some small capacity.
Ah.
Naturally, they craved more. As do I, my friend. As do all of us with the heart of an adventurer. When the ancient Pan left their homeland to escape the plague, several ships were separated from the rest and landed here. Telos was their leader and helped build a new society. But he soon fell ill with that same plague. What
Okay,
else,
I'm
my
good.
friend? As it were, I have some incredible items that I would be willing to part with.
Smolder and Spore Bloom. Okay, so we're picking up context clues from the available items.
What is intriguing the Paxoltek, I wonder? Ah, it must listen well, yes? When the
Okay,
ancient
Walt.
Pan left their homeland to escape the plague, several ships were separated from the rest and landed here. Telos was their leader and helped understood, my friend.
Honestly, I just like how enthusiastic he is to tell anybody this.
Until next time, my hornless friend.
It's like me explaining LARP to normies. Hello, Trashkin. Editor Rasp coming out here for the outro. So, I ran about 4.5 hours. So the way we're gonna split this particular is I'm going to take the raw streams and put them into their own separate because I did enjoy the hell out of discussing lore with WilloftheFumes. And while not all of that is perhaps the most interesting to everyone, some of you might enjoy it, and I assume some of you might want to watch a 4-hour stream of me and Will just being Remnant 2 fans and discussing Fexra and such. It was a good time. Really helped me stay engaged, although I did die to a few gaps I didn't notice after having lore thoughts and then immediately stepping into the void. So, this is where we're going to end the first chunk. We're going to bring you the second chunk as soon as it's ready and available. I'd like to thank you all for coming out. I'd like to take a moment to remind you that likes and shares and comments are all deeply appreciated. I'll take most any engagement I can get, because YouTube is not particularly kind to Let's Players these days. So if you enjoyed yourself, feel free to. If you'd like to engage with me, comments or Blue Sky are the best way to get a hold of me. You can even get a hold of me over on Steam if you want to try, but that said, you're, of course, if you enjoyed yourself and you'd like to see more of what I'd get up to on the weekly, feel free to hit the subscribe button and join the Trashkin around the trash fire. I've been your humble host, Rasp Trash Bear, part-time YouTuber, expert trash handler, and occasional delver into lore. Reminding you until next time on Trash Tier Gaming, count your spoons, hydrate, medicate, and take care of yourselves as best you can. Don't forget to tell the people you love you give a good damn. Play some games. Good night, and I'll see you all in the next one.